We talked about Lilith, we talked about Sophia, we talked about Medusa, but now it's time to talk about the mother of all mothers, Goddess Neith. Goddess Neith is the ancient creator and said to be the mother of the sun god Ra. If you watched my Sun is God series on TikTok, then you will know all about the sun god Ra. It's important to note that Neith also goes by Net, as an internet. It all makes sense because it said that the internet creates the web. There's so many different directions that I could take this video when it comes to the goddess Neith, but I want to stick to the topic. I want to discuss the symbolism that matters right now. Ancient symbolism, Neith was a weaver. Just like the spider, she created webs, but it wasn't to trap. It was more so to connect, so she could observe and control movement. First things first, a web is not evil, however. It is extremely powerful. The thing about it is, the power depends on who's weaving it, as well as who's moving too much inside of it. And in regards to language, some people say I'm going online, but a lot of people say I'm going on the web. One thing I want y'all to remember, language always tells on reality. Anybody who has walked into a spider web gonna feel me on this. A spider web is invisible until the light hits it. Most of the time you don't see it unless your ass done walked into it and now you freaking out. Then suddenly you start to see the whole structure of the web. What happens is you think you just scrolling, but what you actually doing is moving through the data, through the algorithms, through the narratives, through the tracking. Oh, and let's not forget through the emotional programming. What exactly happens when you move through the web too freely? Spyware, which means you do not get watched by accident, you get watched by design. Spyware is not just software, it's repeated stories, it's the fears, it's the traumas, it's the outrage cycles as we seeing right now. I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that if it can hijack your emotions, it's automatically tracking you. This is why so many people feel so overloaded right now. Anxious, stressed, depressed, restless, mentally fried, emotionally heavy. None of it is random. This is what happens when you move too freely throughout the web. Spider never chases its prey. It waits. I want y'all to catch this part. The prey exhausts itself by trying to respond to every vibration. Overconsumption is how you get tired without going anywhere. It is time to pull back for a lot of y'all. Right now, people are consuming constant, non-stop news, constant, non-stop scandals, trauma stories, fear-based narratives. I'm saying like back to back, no pause, no integration at all. I told y'all as consciousness expands, the distractions get louder. Again, you over consuming and then you wondering why your nervous system is shot. That's all by design. What you got to understand is these low vibrational entities or beings, they don't need no damn pitchforks. They literally feed off of fear, chaos, division, emotional instability, your reactions. Anything that needs your constant reaction is feeding on you. Remember what I said earlier? A web doesn't just connect, it tracks vibration. Every click, every scroll, every argument. Did you think it was a coincidence when you come on these apps? It's literally scanning and reading your aura and your energy. That's how it's able to pick the song so accurately for you. Well, for most people, because some of them just be truly outrageous. Then I think to myself, is that the person's underlying energy and we just don't know? We just keying about it? Anyway, let me stay on track. Movement is going to always send a signal. A frantic movement is always going to send the loudest signal. Stillness is going to starve what feeds off of the reaction. Remember when I told y'all I'm real stubborn? So once I learned this is what feeds these energies, baby, you going to starve dealing with me. This is why I said, learn when to pull back, the law of rhythm. You got to be able to feel my anxiety is rising because I'm consuming too much. You don't need to know every damn story. You ain't got to watch every breakdown, even if it's mine, because I know when to pull back. I ain't been posting videos in about a week. Don't need to argue with every damn narrative. Wisdom does not come from how much you consume. It actually comes from what you can digest. If you're too busy over here reacting, you definitely not creating. Get on your Zoom. Focus on you. I told y'all that is the motto moving forward. Low vibrational systems do not need you to believe in them. They just need you distracted. They just need you fragmented. They just need you overstimulated. Why is the big question. I'm glad you asked. To keep you from sitting with yourself. To keep you from remembering who the hell you are. You forget your intuition. So you forget your power. So that you forget how to rise up against the very system that kept you oppressed. When I say log off, pause, breathe, be still, because that's where God is. I ain't being ignorant. I damn sure ain't trying to tell y'all what to do, because y'all gonna do what you want to do anyway, as you should. I am saying stop vibrating in every direction at once, because the spider gonna feel everything that moves inside the web. It can't feel it if it goes still. Let's bring it all back together. Neith, net, internet, web. Is this a coincidence? Well, we already know how I feel about that word. There is no such thing. I need y'all to hear this too. Ancient symbolism absolutely never left. All it did was upgraded its interface. Web feeds on movement. Stillness is sovereignty. Choose wisely what you touch and what you react to and what you're researching, what you're giving your energy to, because you got to remind yourself they put these files out right now for a reason. What is that reason? Also gave you what they wanted you to see. They're also trying to desensitize people for a reason. As I asked in my last video, you got to ask yourselves, how do you know what's in those files hasn't been tampered with? How do you know what's in those files is true? As I told y'all before, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm not saying that it's not true, but what I'm saying is ask the question. You haven't learned anything by now? Ask the question. Do the very thing they don't want you to do. When you ask, make sure you're asking yourself. Connect to divine source. Because contrary to what a lot of people believe, there's no such thing as a credible source outside of you. However, if you don't believe this about yourself, I can't make you. Again, as I said before, just choose wisely what you touch. I'll get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. If you want more information on Goddess Neith, just let me know and I'll do a video. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.